Yo, this your boy. My bad. This your boy Knoxville Gaming Vegas or B-Boy Wise, Darren Armstrong, B-Boy Wiz. Um, I'm back at it again with another video. In this video, I'm doing a live stream basically about this bullshit, but no one's really talking about it. But I guess I'm going to be the one to step up and actually speak up on this big issue with Professor. Now, I love VR. I love VR so much that whenever I play it, I have a good time. I'm doing different things. I'm using different mechanics, but someone needs to talk about this. And I discovered that no one's really talking about it. Like right now, I'm searching and no one's talking about it. And this is about the VR experience. And Bethesda is the most they I can compare every single gaming company, especially Rockstar, Bethesda, and EA all together. They're the fucking same thing, and it's pissing me off because no one actually speaks about this. And people like me that are in a lower, grade of YouTube, we won't get popular for it, and we really care about the community. But this is bullshit. You're spending $59 for a VR game. That regular Fallout 4 is $29, but the problem is that you have to buy a whole entire game, but it comes with the DLC. But this is this is bullshit, and the reason why is because within this VR experience, you can't switch. You can't switch off of VR. You automatically plug in with the VR experience, so you can't switch to third person. Nor your game. You don't have the whole entire game. You have to play it in VR, so you can't switch. Um, this is it's just like the biggest fuck you. Um, and the specs. You know what kind of pisses me off too? Whenever you're reading the specs, it says that you need a GTX 1070, which you really don't need that high for graphics card. You actually can play this game with a GTX 1050, not even a 10 Ti. You don't need that high power to play it, and you can play on low settings. But these motherfuckers decided that they don't optimize their shit, so whenever you go to a game, it will lag like a motherfucker. And whenever you go to a game, my bad, that is automatically set up in high settings, so you have to wait a goddamn fucking funeral just so you can change the settings. And it's just like the biggest scam. It's in my comparison. I think the reason why they're doing this is because they're not making no money off the mod. Because people rant about that shit, but the mod package that they have, I forgot what it's called. But anyway, since they're not making no profit out of it, they're gonna double up the price for the VR experience. Um, it's just it's just fuck up. Let me go back. Let's go to Doom. See, Doom, it's the same thing with Doom. Doom, they have all their games without the DLC or without anything. Um, all right, I think it's just no, it's a Doom and Skyrim. Yeah, Skyrim too. Skyrim's also, I think, it's the same price as um, Fallout. But anyway, let me get to Doom. Doom is $30, right? VR experience is $30. But here's the thing about these games. They don't run good at all. Um, you're expecting really great performance, even with a powerful computer with a powerful processor. You're not going to get the experience that you think you are going to get. Just like whenever PUBG was released on Xbox, they kind of lie. Actually, they fucking lie all the way. So I meant to go to the VR one, and let's go to this. So if you scroll down, this is not doing good on Steam, not at all. And it says that it doesn't have Oculus Rift comparable, ability with it yet, and people buy it without reading that shit. They really don't advertise that. They should have it down right here. But anyway, um, it says HTC, which HTC works with Windows Reality headset, but the same specs. So here's another fucking problem. They all whenever they you clock into the game, you're automatically um, in the you know you automatically adjust it into their settings, and it takes a long ass time for you to load up the game. This one though, they actually changed it by adding another story mode into it. It plays really good, solid, but the only conflict that I actually have with this game is the controls are shitty as hell. Literally, I think that's the biggest problem. Like if you read some of the um, comments, it's like it's not smooth. It's very disappointing, and it's like they release a pile of garbage shit with the character is not even fucking interesting. He dies in the beginning of the game, and you have to run around, and it just felt like they just like, oh, it's Doom fans, we're gonna just throw them a pile of shit, and they buy it if we just put down VR, and that's what they did. I mean, people say that they just going for the experience, but the price for this is $30, which could be simple. I mean, if you want to charge us $30 for a fucking VR game, at least make it at least 3 hours long. Some people have been getting this finished within 1 hour and 30 minutes. All they did was just quick run through it, but it's really fucking disappointing whenever you spend $30 for a game. But the biggest scam is definitely Fallout. And the reason why Fallout's a bigger scam than Skyrim and then Doom is because this game is still kind of new. And I haven't seen any bad comments about it. It's just the only people that are writing reviews about it is the people that can't get the controls down or their whole entire experience within their system, you know. But I don't see anything that's really dramatic within the performance. It's just dumbasses that got caught up within you know, oh, we just got this new Fallout game in VR. So these suckers actually thought that this is a good idea. What I'm trying to say is, whenever they purchase this game, they don't realize that, like the Doom game, should this be $30? Yes, it should be because it's basically just an add-on. So you add in just extra storage memory into your fucking game. There's nothing else special about this. I mean, besides VR, the same add-ons, the same gameplay mechanics, besides a couple add-on tweaks. You know, I don't really, and with these high-end graphics cards, you really can't use the CPU power or you can't use the graphics card because the CPU lacks the power of it. So it's just a big disappointing. Also, the image whenever you put on the headset is very blurry, and then it lags even with good RAM. I played this at a friend's house, and it's fucking pathetic. And also, I haven't played the Fallout game. I'm not even going to spend money on it. It just, it just right now, I believe that they use the VR strategy at Christmas time so people can purchase it, and it pay off. These suckers bought it. Just like how PUBG released their piece of shit at Christmas time and people bought it too. And no one speaks about this bullshit, man. This kind of pisses me off. Shit. Let's go to Skyrim. Skyrim VR. This is bullshit, man. $60. $60 for fucking. My bad. That's Fallout. I was about to say. Let's see. Skyrim VR. I was about to cuss out. Alright. Oh my god. Seriously. It's the same shit. Skyrim VR. Why should be a PlayStation 4 exclusive? It doesn't even fucking even make any sense if it is. Alright, like I said before, even though this is a PlayStation 4 game, yeah, mostly talk about PC. This is bullshit. Once again, the PlayStation 4, which will be on PC soon, is $59 fucking dollars for the same damn experience. Now, let me go to Skyrim VR just to make sure. The only one that I
Alright, cool.
actually played was
It's really
It's
happening.
happening.
Oh, he did it. He did it.
Yeah.
Whitewater rafting. That was great.
See, maybe it's just me, but it's like whenever they test it, and I know they put so much time into this, but it just seems like they didn't really optimize it where they were testing out it for like the PlayStation Pro. They were just testing out the PlayStation Pro. My bad, sorry guys, but they were just playing it on that console. My bad. And instead they were just just playing with that, and I'm playing with the regular PlayStation.
Lights walked in the room.
If Nick Margarita walked in.
This was always the thing, and we do have it on a fairly easy level of difficulty right now.
And trying to make sure to steal people's videos.
PS4.
There are some people that's already aware with this.
But when we go to the
but basically graphics is not going to change. I think it's the frame rate, but it's still bullshit. I personally believe that they should just have this down for like maybe $15 at the minimum. $30 is at the most. But whenever you're spending $60 for a title that you already know fucking everything about, that's some shady stuff, man. That's really shady stuff. IGG Games is the best way to go. See, I was just gonna see how many gigabytes, but it's like 5. Personally, it's a waste of fucking time to even do that shit. Oh man. Alright, let me go back to Fallout, and then I'm gonna end the video. So Fallout, it's a damn shame too. I wanted to play this, but there's nothing special about it. It's the same story, same everything, and you're spending that much fucking money for it. Can you switch from third person? Let's see that. Can you switch without VR? I'm gonna do more research without headset. And this is so newer video. Yeah, someone fucking agreed with me, but I don't know that question. I mean, if you can switch shit from regular, oh, that's fuck up. I think you can't switch it. Let's do this. Fallout for VR without headset. So I haven't seen anything with that, so I might have to pull up like Steam and do that because that's an important question. Can you because you are spending $59. Oh wait, hold up. Target has it on sale. No, that's the game of the year. So honestly, you're spending $59 for a VR experience for Fallout 4. Now, it should be a this deal. This is not a fucking deal. This should be a fucking deal where you get it for $15, not to play or to play the whole entire game with the VR. You're these are some bastards, man. No one's talking about this shit. Right now, can I $60 to support VR market, but at this stage, the game might as well have a beta tag. Exactly. Uh, People that have purchased this game, the VR edition, return, get a return. If you play 2 hours of the game, fucking cry to Steam, cry to them, tell them that you got raped, tell them of your money, because this is a scam. This is a big scam. The professor, I'm not the best spokesperson around, but I'm not a dumbass person. But I'm reading these comments, and some of these people make me so fucking mad because they don't understand they just got robbed. A AAA title, make they taken advantage of us, and they use VR as a resource. And what they did was they put the fucking title of their old game and put VR into it so that they can make up from not making new games. And it was Bethesda. Um, and the last time, what they did with the Fallout New Vegas, they did the same thing. It wasn't an add-on; it was a whole entire game. Nothing new about it. It was just a new, well, it's a new story, not new graphics. They basically did the fucking Call of Duty shit, but people fall in love with it. Which New Vegas is the shit, but this is a scam. Hopefully, someone can actually speak up with this with good power, because right now, I probably won't have nobody looking at this, and it's kind of sad. Talking to myself. Maybe one day someone can look back at this and learn from this fucking big mistake. Um, for us, not for them. This is a good marketing strategy. Us as a whole buying this shit. It's a damn shame. I'm reading all these comments really fast, and no one's talking about the price being too much. Ain't that some shit? Yeah. The only way that I'm gonna buy a VR game from Bethesda, because I'm not gonna lie, I use this website to get my shit sometimes, is if they decided that they are gonna make a new whole entire game from scratch and make it VR only. I don't want them to fuck up a old game that I still currently play once in a while, just so that they can put VR into it, because that's what they fucking did. And they released it by Christmas time to make profit. That's some cold shit. And that's how we're gonna end the video, guys. Don't buy this piece of shit. Whatever you do, do not buy it. Don't buy into it. Don't watch YouTube streamers about it. Stay away from this title, because what I'm seeing right now is people that love it because they can afford it, but this is the biggest scam. And I think it might even be bigger than EA scam. And someone had to speak about it, but hopefully I'm not the last one. All right. God bless. Peace out. Man, some bullshit. Guys, I had to make another video because I didn't like that one, so I'm going to delete the one that I made previously. I'm going to go ahead and make another one discussing the same thing. So, um, basically, I had enough with this bullshit. Um, and no one's talking about it. Whenever, let me get off of here. Whenever I pull up on YouTube, I pull up Fallout 4 VR, and I pull up and everything is just fine in the eyes of people pulling up live streams and gameplays, and their reviewers on there saying that this is the best thing ever. No, the fuck it's not. Whenever you go into anything with Bethesda, their brands, their product, you understand that what they are trying to do, they're trying to make more money, right? They try to make us happy. No, the fuck they're not. So, why am I having such a grief within Fallout or Bethesda as a whole? Let me tell you why. Let's go into, you know, their page. All right. So, here's all the deals that they have. So, let me tell you this. What if I tell you that Bethesda did this at Christmas time for a reason? The number one biggest selling gaming device or accessory for the Christmas time was going to be the VR experience. A lot of people going to buy VR. If you go to Best Buy or GameStop, any one of the two, oops, and you go to VR, some of the VR headsets are already sold out because virtual reality is the new thing to the future. A lot of people are spending a ton of money on VR. $500 for two. They're buying two VR headsets. Now, what Fallout Bethesda did. Now, this is going to be something that Grand Theft Auto might do in the future. And I'm going to call it out before anybody says it. I believe that Rockstar is going to make a VR Grand Theft Auto. Now, that might seem dope, but how they going to do it is what I'm talking about in this video. Now, whenever you're getting a game, right, you're expecting that you're going to get the game, you're going to play it, it's going to run very good, right? Not too much troubles. Nope. Just like what happened to PUBG or PUBG, whatever, Players Underground, for that old Xbox version, it didn't fucking work at all. But I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the most important thing, whenever you look at it something and you see that price. Now, whenever I'm looking at Fallout 4 VR, I'm looking at the price for it. It's $59. Is there something wrong with it? Hell yeah. Let's go into it. So, y'all might be looking at it saying mostly positive. I'm not looking at that. See, anything with the game, if the game runs fine, then yes. But the specs, well, I'm going to talk about that in the future. I'm talking about for the price of it. You're spending, guys. Let me tell you this: you're spending $59.99 for the same game, the same mechanics, just different stuff with VR experience that you're going to be doing. Of course, that's it. It's going to be the same DLC, and then you can't switch to third-person view. They could have easily switched it to third person view. You can't take off the VR. This is a VR requirement. If you don't have VR, you can't play this. And it comes with the DLC. It's just a big scam. Let me tell you the reason why. Whenever you get this game, let me go to Project Cars. Alright, Project Cars 2, right? It comes with the VR. It comes with the gamepad. You don't need the controllers for it. And you can hook up any type of driving setup, whatever. But I'm just trying to say is you can take off the VR or you can use your television set. For this VR game, you can't do shit. You have to play VR and you have to use some controllers. You can't use the fucking gamepad. And even if you use a gamepad, you want to know how shitty it is? Watch this. I think no one has done that yet, but using the gamepad on the Doom F or V, whatever VR, is shitty.
Probably find it in one of the storage chambers.
Hey folks, this is Patrick Gill for Poly.
You have to use the joysticks to move around, and then it lags every single once. Every time you step, it lags. And then the other thing too is the what's that thing? Like the guns. Yeah, you can't put the guns down. You're always holding the grenade.
Polygon.com.
I mean, you see it right there. I mean, he's holding the grenade. He can't let it go. So, it's a big fucking. This is a big problem. I just can't believe nobody's talking about this. Angry Joe. Where the fuck is Angry Joe at? Where's all these big gaming reviewers that actually leave a big mark on this? Someone needs to speak about this because it's a big fucking scam. It's bigger than EA, in my opinion, and people are buying this. People are buying this. 1,000 people review this, and it's been mostly positive. Fuck no. That can't be acceptable. Now, let me take a break on that. The specs for this. This is some bullshit. Now, it says minimum. Now, whenever you're loading a game, I'm going to go to Doom real quick because it's the same specs. Doom is the only. Look, I understand. This is. Even though they've released this shit not finished, but $30 is okay. It should be $15, but $30 is okay. At least they didn't put it down for $59 because this shit ain't worth $59 at all. This shit is not even near fucking. It's not even near $20, but $30 I understand because you can use the gamepad on this one. That's the only fucking thing. That's the only reason why I would say that this game is worth $30. Is because the gamepad. These controllers suck on this game. The Arizona zombie game is way better than this shit. Don't buy this shit. It's not finished. Wait till they update the game at least once or twice because that's all they're gonna do. They're not fucking working on this. They release this shit at Christmas time so they can have people put their money in in their bank account so they can basically just spend that shit and stick around. They ain't gonna put it into the new project. You see how sloppy the Fallout series has been. It's the only big game that I really like is Wolfenstein, but there's no multiplayer. Once you beat the game, are you really gonna go back and play a couple more times? No. You're spending $59 for a fucking short ass game if you a really good, player for that type of genre, which is first person shooter. Alright, so let's go to this the system specs. Whenever I play the game, I was using i5 7 7400. It wasn't you can't overclock those, but I had a GTX 1060. It was running 99%, and then I load the game at launch, and then it would backfire. Like literally, it would backfire. Sometimes the whole entire computer would shut off, and I was like, "What's the problem? What's the problem?" So I finally got it running to run, my bad. And whenever I got it to run, I changed the settings right away. It was set on high. They do this shit to people that have low end graphics cards or people that they know that won't be able to play the game because they try to help out Nevada, whatever graphics cards company that is, because they don't lower down the settings or they don't have the specs recommendation able, that option that you can like press, or whenever you start up a game, it shows you what you need to play on. They don't have that shit. So whenever you're playing the game, it takes a fucking miracle if you can get to that settings screen. Now, you can play this game. This is bullshit. This right here is bullshit. You can play this game at a GTX 9, or my bad, GTX 960. You can play this game at GTX 1050 at least with the graphics card. The RAM, it sucks up 6 gigabytes. It does not suck up a whole 8. Now, for the processor, you do need extra kick. So, I do agree with the processor, but do not fucking agree with that graphics card. And they did it for obvious reason. I believe they did this to help out Nevada or Nvidia. My bad. Um, and the game is shit, man. The game is shit. It's the worst game out of the whole entire VR selection. If you want a good game, get the Arizona Sunshine. Don't get this shit. Um, the and once again, they do this at Christmas time. It kind of pisses me off, man. This is something that I could talk about. I hate whenever game developers do this. They do this at the best time for them, but the worst time for us. Um, let's go to here real quick. Oh man, I hate this shit. Um, trying to go to VR headsets. Let's go to PlayStation VR for one moment. So, alright, so if you get the PlayStation VR with the Skyrim bundle, you know how much you're gonna be spending? $349. Now, this is kind of shitty. Skyrim VR, how much is that for the PlayStation? Skyrim VR just released that Legendary Edition. It was $59, or yeah, it was $59 at first, and then it moved down to $30. Now it went back up to $59. And no one's fucking talk about this shit, man. It's so shitty. No one. Not one motherfucker. They making sure they get some money. I mean, they already rich. I don't understand. It's just bullshit. Really is bullshit. Don't get this shit, guys. I'm trying to save. I'm not trying to make videos because I want to make videos. I'm trying to save y'all nigga bros money. Don't do this. Don't do this. Right here. Nah. Nope. Hell no. Mm-mm. 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 This is ridiculous. $59, guys, for VR Skyrim. Nothing new. Nothing at all besides the add-ons. Get the fuck out of here. You know what they could have done for us since we've been loyal to them? We've been loyal to these motherfuckers. It's just like EA. They could have just add on a patch or a new installment for the previous two Skyrim games, and they could have just put the new scripts so we can play VR. That's it. That's all it takes. Instead, what they did or what they do was, or did my best, sorry guys. What they did was they put in another tire for oh, my bad guys. Sorry, I'm so pissed off about this shit. Literally, I can scream right now. Look at this. Look at the product details. Look at the details of it. That's why I can't even fucking think because I'm reading it at the same time. Yeah, I'm having my head down. That that sucks, man. That really sucks. Nothing has fucking changed. Oh my goodness, man. The same story mode, guys. The same graphics. Actually, the graphics has been reduced. The same add-ons, the same gameplay, besides VR tweaks, and you can't play third person. And if you don't have a VR headset, you cannot fucking play this game. Let me tell you one thing about the VR that you probably don't know if you actually purchased one. Let's say if you were, moving around with the VR, sometimes that shit gets disconnect. And it takes about a couple minutes for you to actually get reconnected. And if you get outside your box circle, let's say this right here, you see this box right here? If you were to get out of the box and it will say that you need to reconnect. It takes a couple minutes. Sometimes it can take seconds, but still, you're disconnecting the game and keep on running through. Man, I got my fucking head hurts over this bullshit. I gotta end this video, guys. Please spread the word. Spread the word. Oh man, this is some bullshit, man. They did this shit on purpose. Mm. God, don't fall for it. Don't fall for this